really do. Really good.
About the convention going on. Today is the second day. What is hoping liberals next? What is the future of liberals?
Well, the future of the Liberal Party is also the future of Canada. I think because, and one of the things we are celebrating here is liberals from right across Canada, in every part of Canada, have come together in Ottawa this weekend to talk about our shared values, to talk about the future of our country, to talk about how our Liberal family and our Liberal government under our leader, Prime Minister Trudeau, can continue to help create a prosperous country, a country with an economy that works for everyone, where we embrace our and be inclusive to all of the great diversity of Canada. And it's a very special opportunity, I think, for nearly 4,000 Liberals from right across Canada, but very important group for me from Scarborough Southwest, who've come here, to meet together. And there's strength in our team. There's strength in the Liberal family. And last night, the Prime Minister gave what I thought was an incredibly inspiring speech to all of us. And he talked about not just our hope for the future, but he talked about the hard work that we all have to do together in order to create a future that will work for all of our families, all of our children, and build a really strong, resilient, safe, and prosperous Canada. And it was a very inspiring speech, not just because of the Prime Minister's words, but because of the team that we were in the room with. There was 4,000 of us in that room, all of us who believe in the same values, all of us who were, I think, inspired together, and all of us who are now energized to go out and work hard for Canadians.
When the opposition leader is criticizing about inflation, about law and order, but Prime Minister says it is time to wake up for period. What is your thing?
One of the things I find with the opposition leader, I know all the things he is against, but I don't know very many of the things he is for.
Yeah.
And we are for Canadians. And I think the opposition leader taps into all of the anger and fear and resentment that people feel. And I know there is some anxiety and even some fear in our communities. And the opposition leader exploits that for his own interest. He's trying to take advantage of that fear. Liberals don't believe in taking advantage of fear. We believe in responding to help people feel safe and be safe. We believe in the inclusiveness of this country, and we know that people, who are new immigrants to this country, who are coming here. Some of them face discrimination. Some of them face that they are targeted for their faith, or for their language, or for their skin color. That's not the Liberal way. It's not the Canadian way. And so we believe that it's not just about, and I was a police officer for many years. It's not just about putting bad guys in jail, but it's also for helping good guys be safe. It's for about helping our children be able to go to school and to live in their communities, for businesses to be able to be prosperous, and for people to shop on our main streets. It's about creating a society and a country where people are safe and respect each other. And for those individuals who are dangerous, we will deal with them. We have a good, strong criminal justice system with the police and our courts and our prison system. But really, community safety is not just about policing and prisons.
Yeah.
It's about investing in children. It's about making our communities safe and prosperous places, making sure the mosques are a place where people can pray in peace and in security and safety. All of those things are important for us to invest in. I think fear. Fear is our greatest enemy, because when people are afraid, they stop supporting each other. They stop shopping, they stop taking their kids to the park, They are afraid to go out in their own community. The opposition leader, Polyev, he is a champion of fear, and I fight fear, because I think if Canadians are fearful, then we cannot live in the Canada we want to live in.
Okay, your emergency preparedness minister, how can you handle the emergency and sometimes Bangladesh making emergency situation? How can you help Bangladesh if need?
My responsibility is to help keep Canadians safe, and we are seeing, as a result of climate change, an increase in the frequency and the severity of climate-related events. So even today, we have bad wildfires that are burning in Alberta and Saskatchewan. We have flooding taking place in British Columbia and in Quebec and in Northern Ontario. There are many places that are facing emergencies even today. But we also have a responsibility globally. And so I work very closely with the United Nations Office of Disaster Risk Reduction. It's actually a global platform. Countries from all over the world, including with Bangladesh. I want
to say, Bangladesh also great experience about climate change and natural disaster. Do you think
we've seen the flooding.
You need help for experience?
I actually met with the Bangladeshi ministers responsible for emergency and climate change when I was in Indonesia last year. We are working together with the United Nations, because Bangladesh has a lot of experience in dealing with weather-related emergencies. You know, the terrible flooding and the monsoon that Bangladesh experiences. But they have a lot of experience. They have experienced many tragedies, but they also have a lot of expertise.
Yeah.
Because they have learned over centuries on how to deal with such things. And so we are all working together, and there are ways we can support each other. And when an emergency happens anywhere in the world, every like-minded country has a responsibility to go and provide a support and assistance, and Canada has an important role to play in that as well. We are a prosperous country, and we have a responsibility to help other countries when they face such tragedies, as we saw, during the terrible flooding in Bangladesh, but also tsunamis that have affected, that region of the world. The earthquakes in Turkey that just took place, very, very significant loss of life and damage, and Canada has a role to play in helping those countries.
We want to talk about more two issues. One issue is Bangladeshi student. How can easily come to Canada like India and others? How can you help?
There is obviously a program that you're aware, I'm sure you're aware of, where we've made arrangements with the government of India for students from India and also from Pakistan and China to come on an expedited basis at a reasonable fee, and we have many students coming from those places. I have had many meetings with the Bangladeshi community here. Yeah. I think it's time for us to work closely with Bangladesh to also enter an arrangement so international students, they can come here, they can learn Canadian skills, but also that they can help contribute to our country. If they want to stay, they can help build businesses and create jobs and prosperity. The relationship between Canada and Bangladesh is a very important one. Even going back to our Prime Minister's father, who was among the very first to visit that country. We need to build upon that relationship, and I think one of our great strengths is the Bangladeshi Canadian people here, because they have a relationship with their country. They have those business and trade ties, political ties, and family ties. They speak the language, they have the faith, tradition, and therefore, that's a great strength of Canada.
You mentioned you are a Bangladeshi minister.
Yes.
The Bangladeshi Canadian community invite you to visit Bangladesh. Are you agree to go there? Is it possible?
I would very much like to have the opportunity to go there. And as all my friends certainly in Scarborough Southwest and the Bangladeshi community know, my job has kept me very busy, and I am also responsible for keeping Canadians safe. But I have many friends from the Bangladeshi community who have always spoken with such love and respect for their country, their commitment to their mother language, their commitment to their Independence Day. People of my friends in Scarborough Southwest, they love their mother country, and they have always spoken so warmly about it. It is a place that I would like to see with them.
Bangladeshi community own you. Bangladeshi community know you are a Bangladeshi minister. I want to again thank you and congratulate you as a Bangladeshi minister. I want to congratulate you from Climate Channel as well as the Bangladeshi community. Thank you very much, Minister.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we're good. Hello. for all your equipment.
Thank you.